Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Pirillo, and I love sharing my perspectives, my opinions, my thoughts, my ideas, my advice with you. But of course, one size does not fit all. So if I happen to say something that you disagree with, or maybe you have a different way of approaching a particular situation or a problem, by all means, leave a comment. And of course, if you have any advice you may want me to give you, I'd be happy to dip into my experience and my perspectives and share, or continue to share, certainly, because it seems that by doing this, a good many people start to think about certain situations that they find themselves in a bit differently. And I think that's kind of the goal, or at least one of the goals, in sharing my truth with you, which is actually the heart of today's topic. We exist, and when we exist on our own, we don't have to deal with certain things, because we're on our own. But the moment our lives intersect with somebody else's life, like let's say a family member, a partner, a child, whoever, then suddenly we've got different complexities. Complexities that were always there, just never surfaced. We didn't realize how rough things were until someone was, rubbing our arm and going, "Whoa, that's rough." I'm like, "What do you mean it's rough? It's smooth. What are you talking about?" No, it's rough. Well, there is an old adage, there are three sides to every story: yours, mine, and the truth. This is something that I've run into at times in the past, and maybe, with myself, and certainly with other people. We tell ourselves certain things to get through the day, to better accommodate a shortcoming, to effectively cope. And one of those coping mechanisms could very well be lying to yourself, for the lack of a better phrase, or telling yourself that something is what it most certainly is not, because it's easier to deny that truth than it is to admit that that truth is there. And so, again, like I said, when it's just you, it's not a big deal because it's just you. But the moment you start interacting with anybody else, then suddenly how you perceive something and how you accommodate your perception as well as others' perceptions of something matters. Because you could continue to deny the truth. And when you're trying to come together with somebody else to share an experience, to bond, to whatever, and you're effectively lying to yourself about a certain situation to cope, or to think that it's going to improve, or to effectively deal with it in some way, when you're lying to yourself, you're denying yourself. Denying? Well, I suppose if you're Laura Dern, you could be denying. I don't think Laura Dern's ever going to watch this video, though. You could be denying yourself acceptance. And as much as lying to ourselves helps us deal with certain situations, ultimately we'll never be able to accommodate them and grow past them if we don't accept them. And the stepping stone to acceptance is to stop lying. And I've told certain people in the past, look, you can lie to yourself all you want, don't lie to me, because that's the next thing that happens when you're interacting with other people. You start projecting that truth outward, right? The sky's purple. No, it's not, it's blue. No, I'm telling you, it's purple. No, it's demonstrably blue. No, it's purple. It's blue. No, it's purple. Stop lying. No, I'm telling you, it's purple. I'm not lying. It's purple. Stop lying. It's not. It's blue. When you start projecting that lie, that falsehood outward, other people are forced to either remain in reality, where the sky is absolutely blue, or twist themselves, contort themselves to try to figure out what kind of mental gymnastics you're going through. Now, this is an extreme example. It's a simple example, but this happens more frequently than you might believe it happens. And sometimes the lying to yourself is unintentional. If you grew up and that's how you coped, that's how you dealt with things, by dodging and telling mistruths and not being forthcoming and hiding, it doesn't surprise me if that becomes your modus operandi, that lying is the way that you deal with things, because you could do it with a straight face, with no compunction, no guilt whatsoever, because it's not guilty, because that's how you dealt with things. This is a lie. You can say it, not even bat an eyelash. That's scary. I gotta tell you, being around people like that, scary, because those types of people, whether they mean to or not, force you to see reality through their eyes. And I don't mean being empathetic. I mean, like, you have to see the sky is purple if you're going to deal with these people, because that's the only way that they understand it. And it's like, that's not reality. Like, we can't come together on agreement if you're in one reality and I'm in another reality. Lying to yourself is good sometimes to get you through a situation, but it's not the end all be all. It's not, well, I'm done. You know, or I've excused away the circumstance. I've done this in the past. I don't want to go into specifics, because the last thing I would want to do is to trigger anybody in their specifics. But I've told myself certain things, like, well, it's not that bad, or, well, I think this is okay. Well, I'll be okay. In many of those circumstances, it wasn't okay, and I wasn't okay. But I kept telling myself that I was okay. That wasn't the truth. That was a lie. It was a lie that I knew I was telling myself. And the only way I was able to fix those problems and address those problems was to accept it. To accept the truth for what it is. Not just my perception of the truth, but flat facts. Undeniable facts. You are entitled to your own opinion. You are not entitled to your own facts. And you can take any one of these examples and apply them, certainly in any relationship dynamic. Any type of interaction you might have with any other person on the planet, including social media. This is why it is so hard to interact with certain people out there, right? You know, they don't know you, or they're living in a completely different world. I'm not even talking about a bubble that you live in and that they live in. I'm not even talking about that. I mean, they genuinely believe that the sky is purple because they read about it online. What website you're going to? What kind of platforms reinforcing the sky is purple? That's not even close to the truth. It's not even close. It's not even truthy. It doesn't even... Yes, the sky is a color. We can agree on that. But it is blue. In the electromagnetic spectrum, it's blue. And I'm not talking... In this example, I know some people say, well, what if they're colorblind? Well, I'm not even talking about people being colorblind, okay? Because that does happen. And in many ways, we may have a blindness to our own weaknesses. Because that, again, is how we kind of keep going. But if we want to be strong, if I want to be strong, if I want to be capable, if I want to be confident, then I must not lie to myself. I must face a truth. As hard as it is to face a truth, especially when somebody else is involved, it's even harder or more devastating to lie. Because it's just so destructive. And I'm not talking about little white lies, right? All right, who ate the Oreos? Was it you? No, not me. Totally not me. Really? Because you got white stuff breath. Right there, that's your new nickname, white stuff breath. Oh, 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 Oreo. What's in the middle? The white stuff. You didn't think I could work a Weird Al Yankovic reference into this video, did you? That's not a lie. I bet you didn't. Bet you didn't even think about it until now. That's the truth. So, you know, there are certain things that are like, hey, you don't want to give up that you ate the Oreos, but I know you ate the Oreos. I'm like, okay, fine, I ate the Oreos. I'll buy more. Okay, thank you for resolving the situation, because I was really hoping to have one of those cookies, because they're awesome and they're vegan. You didn't think I'd work that into the conversation, did you? That's how you know someone's vegan? They'll tell you. That's not a lie. It's the truth. It's easier to face a tough truth and live in that tough truth with somebody else than it is to continue a lie and to project that lie onto them. That's not fair to them. It's not fair to drag them into an altered sense of reality based upon something that you know is not accurate. That's the kind of lie that's insidious. So my hope to you is that you could look at one lie you tell yourself that may be keeping you from leading a better life, because right around the corner after you accept that truth, you could very well have a better life.